about the etiquette and the adab of giving salams and how Muslims should greet one another. And how in every single ziyarat that we have, we give salams to that imam. And we give salams to Imam Hussain during this month. It talks about some of the other etiquette when the two believers meet one another. Besides, in addition to the fact that they should give salams, and obviously there's more blessings to the person who initiates the salam. Since this person who initiates the salam, they don't have the arrogance and the kibr in their heart. They're a person who is more humble. They have more humility. And they give the tradition of the salam first. It talks about also that when brothers meet, they should shake hands with one another. And it talks about shaking hands, that when two brothers or two mu'mins shake hands with one another, it's like leaves falling from a tree. Sins fall from them the way leaves fall from a tree. And it's a way that they can remove their sins from themselves. It also says that when two people shake hands with one another, when they greet and they meet and they shake, it says that this is one of the ways that enmity and animosity are removed. That there's a brother who's angry at another brother, or there's something that's between two people, then there's some kind of issue or problem. It encourages us to shake hands, and this helps to remove some of these problems. It helps to create a blessing between two people. It also says that when it comes to shaking hands, that the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah ﷺ was that when he would shake hands with someone, he would not remove his hand or pull his hand until that person removed their hand. Meaning that when the Prophet would extend his hand and he's shaking hands with someone, he would shake hands as long as they wanted to. He wouldn't pull his hand away first. He would always wait till they pulled their hand away, to show them more respect, to show that I don't have a problem even to shake your hand. Some of the small etiquettes that we see in our messenger and in our imams. Now, the last point that I wanted to make in continuing with what we were discussing yesterday is about the etiquette of shaking hands in this culture, in America. It's very different. Here, there's not a difference for most people to shake hands with someone who's mahram or who's not. For a man to shake hands with a woman or a woman to shake hands with a man, it's not seen as any problem. So it becomes a difficulty or a problem if me, as a Muslim or as a follower of the Ahlul Bayt, this is considered a sin to shake hands with someone who's not mahram to me. For someone who's if I'm a man and I shake hands with some woman, this is considered a problem. In fact, it mentions in some of the hadith that this is considered a type of zina and a type of fornication of the hand. It's mentioned that it's so severe to shake hands with someone who's not mahram, that it's mentioned it to be it's made it to seem similar to the same as committing a fornication or adultery, this major sin. So sometimes people, they say, well, what can I do? I don't want to offend someone. I don't want to make someone upset if I don't shake hands with them. What should I do? Number one, we have to remember the reason why we do anything. Everything that we do qurbatan Allah. That's it. Qurbatan Allah. For the sake of Allah and becoming close to Allah. Is this action going to bring me closer to Allah or push me away from Allah? What is going to happen? And if I look, is this the tradition of the Ashab of Imam Hussain or not? Would they go and shake hands with someone who is not mahram to them, or would they? And in fact, this was something that the Imam Salih says that this is something that we should not do. It's mentioned obviously according to the ruling of the scholars as well. Now, in this society, what we can do is we can explain to someone, and this is very easy, to say to someone, it's very nice to meet you, but excuse me, I don't shake hands, but I'm very nice to meet you. I'm I'm very happy to meet you. You can show respect and explain at the same time. It's a matter of respect. I remember one of the ulama, he had a neighbor, she was not Muslim. He went outside with his daughter, and the neighbor came, and she was a non-Muslim woman, and she said, "How are you doing? I'm your neighbor," and she went to shake hands. He said, "I'm sorry, I'm very nice to meet you, but I don't shake hands." And she said, "Oh, you mean like Donald Trump, this famous rich guy?"
Yeah.
He said, "Like him, he doesn't shake hands with people. You mean like that?" He said, "No, not like that. I don't shake hands out of respect for you, out of respect for my spouse, out of respect for my religion." He said, "You mean that a Muslim man doesn't touch non-Muslims or strange women?" He said, "Yes, that's what I mean." He said, "This is what we believe. A man doesn't go and he doesn't just touch any strange woman." And what she said was that, "I wish every man was like this. I wish every man had this etiquette and adab that Muslims have. Unless we don't have it, unless we are shy and ashamed of this." And it's funny when a person says, "I don't want to offend someone, but I don't have any problem to offend my Mawla. I don't have any problem to offend my Imam. I don't have any problem to offend Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but I don't want to offend someone. This is a servant of Allah like you. Our duty is to become closer to Allah, not to be a servant to anyone else." And the last thing that I want to make is, since we're running late, I wanted to congratulate and thank the children who recited poetry yesterday. May Allah inshallah reward them. As it mentions in the hadith, a house in paradise, a bayt in paradise for every bayt of poetry. So inshallah, may they have buyut, ala mashallah, and they have many houses and homes in Jannah, and may their parents also be rewarded for helping or encouraging them. So on that note, I want to recite a poem about the Ahl al-Bayt. Inshallah, that it can be blessed with the blessings of Imam Hussain and the martyrs of Karbala. And this short poem is about the Ahl al-Bayt, and about each one gives a couple of verses about the Prophet, his daughter, his son-in-law, and his grandchildren. And at each end of each section, inshallah, I will tell you, you will all recite a salawat together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, in the name of the Most High, I send the dua, I know He will reply. He who needs nothing but still gives to I. He who the sun, moon, and stars were created by. He who lives when all else shall die. Who is it you thought, owner of the 7 earths and 7 samawat? There is no contest. It's difficult to put His attributes into context, like the incredible essence of the Tawheed concept. But what can I say? Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And it was He who created the one known as the trustworthy human being, Ameen, the one who will come and become the chosen one of them all, Al-Mustafa. Ignorant masses called His miracles magic. Check out the audacity of people destined for doom, having the nerve to say, يَقُولُونَ إِنَّهُ لَمَجْنُونَ. They say He is mad when He is the reason for their being and the purpose of the surface. They know not what His worth is. How could you call Him mad? Peace be upon the light of all prophets. Peace be upon Ahmad. Salawat. And peace be upon the light of His eye, the greatest woman from sea to sky. Blessed was she, although sad was her demise, a lost grave secretly buried by Ali, for only few know where she lies. And her only joy before she said goodbye was knowing she'd be the first to lay eyes on her beloved father when they would meet at the fountain of Kawthar, the mother of her father, peace be upon Fatima to Zahra. And peace be upon you who bestowed with the position of succession. Only true successor fit to be called Haydar, the Asad of Allah, God's lion. Other Sahabas don't come close, stop applying. The bravest of them all, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali al-Murtada. And peace be unto you, one of the two princes of heaven, known for his piety and kindness. His generosity was like a cure for blindness. Son of Wali Allah, salawat upon Hassan al-Mujtaba. And finally, peace be unto thee, who removed injustice like a bad cavity, gave freedom to you and me like the gift of legs to an amputee. The Prince of Shuhada, dying thirsty in Nainawa. I love you like angels love Karbala. A diamond in a rough, a pearl, leader of the free world, survived by his wife and son while on his wounded chest lie his baby girl. Oh Abu Abdullah, I have this notion that you set in motion the revolution that could move the mountains and the ocean. Ya Mahdi, I know you're muntazir waiting for me, but I told you I'm ready to be your soldier. That's not just my claim on this day, and if you feel the same, let me hear you say, Labbaika Ya Hussain.